Greetings everyone, I'm RTR and welcome back to more Sparking Zero trailer breakdowns. Today we have the final trailer going to be released for the game. I imagine we'll probably get maybe something like a Daima Goku gameplay trailer or something like that, but this is like the final main trailer the game has to offer, and it is the full roster showcase. I am very glad that they conveniently happen to just want to show all the characters off anyway beforehand instead of doing it in two parts, because as you guys may or may not know, the game did get leaked quite a while ago, and in that leak we knew the rest of the characters that were going to be in the game. I have unfortunately already seen all the leaked characters, as you haven't seen. I did a video on it about last week, so my main issue was going to be if they did like one trailer dedicated to one half of the roster that was leaked, and then the other trailer dedicated to the other half. No one really care a lot, but thankfully they just so happened to have decided to done just a full longer showcase video showcasing some of the stuff that some of the modes, and then just showing off the rest of the characters. So we have this little trailer to break down here, and then we also have some V-Jump stuff as well that we need to cover, which dropped yesterday at the time of recording. I just thought I would bundle it in with stuff. And I also have a little something from an interview that took place, I think, a couple days ago. So, that being said, we're going to hop right in. Alright, let's dive into this with the single player mode, so we finally get to know what the 8 characters are. As you will experience at different points throughout: Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Future Trunks, Frieza, which are the original 5 that I guessed. It seemed obvious for Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo, because they are the main 4 characters of Dragon Ball Z. Future Trunks made more sense because he has more arcs to cover. He has both Cell and Goku Black now, as well as his own mini arc. Frieza made a lot of sense considering he also was able to had a lot of coverage from the Frieza Saga to the Tournament of Power, as well as Resurrection F, and also would allow you to play as actual more characters, potentially, like the Frieza Grunt, Zarbon, Dodoria, etc, etc. Goku Black is an interesting one, considering he only has one arc to cover. I imagine there's probably a lot of prelude and interlude stuff that you can show in, with him like finding maybe Zamasu initially as he's coming up with the Zero Mortal plan, and then him traveling back to fight Super Saiyan 2 Goku. What really surprised me was Jiren. Like, I find, like, if you choose 8 people, would you have chosen Jiren of all things? I find that very interesting. I guess this means we're going to get a more in-depth viewing of the Tournament Power, and I'm also going to assume this is going to be Jiren, Toppo, and Dispo. It just makes more sense, I guess, to have all 3 of them in, because Jiren doesn't even fight until the second half of the tournament. Like, he fights Kale, well, he stands and blinks against Kale, and that's about it until UI Goku shows up. So it is going to be an interesting one, I imagine. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure, I mean, the people that are in the Tournament Power in this game don't fight Jiren, apart from, like, it's just Goku and Kale, really. So I'm assuming having Dispo fight Dispo fight Gohan and Golden Frieza, and Toppo fight Vegeta has to be in here as well. So yeah, even talks about the Jiren, the fact that the dude only appears in the Tournament Power, therefore, and it also shows him fighting in the Tournament Power against Kale at the beginning. And we have Goku here, who it says he fights all the way from Raditz until it says it extends through the Tournament Power saga in Dragon Ball Super. Now, I've got kind of like half an issue with this wording, and I kind of get why it doesn't say it ends, but if we take a look here at the Premium Collector's Edition, the main selling point is this diorama, which shows Super Broly, and UI Goku fighting. I like the moment we got the introduction of like the what ifs, this just screamed to me as like the fine Goku's final what if. Like it just had to be. So whether this translate, I'll get to some of the other stuff that I'm kind of maybe disappointed is gone, but I can see why it's gone because there is a shitload of content in this game already. But I hope this means, and also because this game was introduced with like the Super Broly like moniker in mind, like Goku and Vegeta's super characters in this game are based off of Broly. So I would just like to see if they do have Goku's story go through into Dragon Ball Super. Okay, here we're talking about the what ifs. I will bring up in an interview done with the director of Sparking Zero a couple of days ago. He went into a bit more detail about the what ifs. That it's not just like cutscenes that determine whether you change the outcome of the story. Like you can have the other one we have the example of at the moment is at the very beginning of Goku's story, either going with Piccolo to fight Raditz or just going on your own to fight Raditz, and then one of them leading to Goku not dying being the what if he decides to not go with Piccolo. He also talks about the fact that if you happen to change a fight mid-battle, that will also change the outcome of the match itself and then the matches in the future, which I thought was pretty neat because BT3 technically had this in a way where if you cleared the event but not in the way that the game initially wanted you to, like how the actual fight went on, that it would give you like a future Trunks completion screen, meaning that you beat it, you just didn't beat it in the canonical way. So I guess the first thing that can springs to mind is Vegeta fighting Android 18. Like what happens if Vegeta wins that fight for the first time? I don't know, but what will it change? He did say that it didn't apply to every fight for obvious reasons because there's too many outcomes there to like change anything. But even like in Future Trunks' saga, Future Trunks' arc, I can think about right now is potentially what if Gohan wins against the androids. That could be interesting. And imagine, like, I'm assuming there's gonna be like major what ifs for every single character, including stuff like Jiren. So I don't know, it leads to a whole slew of possibilities. I think we do see a couple. I think we have what if Vegeta steps up to fight Cell first, and then we just have a little cutscene with Goku Black and Zamasu here. That doesn't really give us much. Next, he goes on to explain custom battle here. I think it is quite interesting. I guess I can turn sound, but there we go. Oh, that's not bleeding through the mic at all. But I do think the custom battle stuff is really interesting. When we do have the confirmation, if I quickly go through here, like one example here is limiting a ki. Kind of have like a Super Broly style fight here of Goku and Vegeta, but they're just not allowed to use super moves or transform, it looks like. So I find that quite interesting, but it seems like you get more ki as you go along, or you take more damage. If we skip through this now, you can create up to 5 cutscenes, I think pre and post fight, that allow you to take existing cutscenes and then just edit them slightly. And then, even though I think we already knew this from, I think some leaks as well, that you can change the subtitles for who's speaking, the camera work on them, which is obvious, background music, which is nice, and then it goes into even further detail by doing like expressions and screen effects as well. Like you can change the filter of the screen, and this does confirm. I know a lot of people kind of like iffy on this to the point where like, do we know if these things are voiced and then just like chopped YouTube poop together, where Goku will always say the delivery of give me all you got, but then just changing the speaker, like then just have it sliced in with a bunch of names. We know now that that is not true. None of the voices are, none of the actual text is voiced. Which, yeah, I was always thinking, like, did they really get, like, because they said we knew originally it was over 5,000 text things are available in different combinations. So we did find that kind of insane that if they were all voiced by every character, I was like, that is insane. But yeah, I guess realistically, they're not voiced, which not the end of the world really, because this is like custom content that everyone's just going to put online anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter all that much. Like the fact that we're getting this to begin with is like monumental in itself. Like the fact that it's voiced is, there isn't voices, you know, we just going to deal with it. Okay, moving over to the actual trailer itself, or I guess the first half of the trailer. We actually finally get the, again, after this trailer, I can see why they saved this till last and have bundled this in, because they obviously wanted to advertise a lot of the, oh god, I need to mute this, good god, I don't want to, yeah. So it's very obvious that they wanted to advertise Sparking Zero with the super characters anyway. This is our first look at another costume for Gohan, by the way. We have Tracksuit Gohan. As well, the introduction to the Frieza Soldier, which made more sense for it to be here. I didn't even think about the fact that, yeah, he probably would have been in the Resurrection F side, so he's technically a super character, but yeah, this trailer goes over people that we have seen for months and months and months already now, because, like I said, they wanted to show off all of the super characters early, because these are the new guys, these are the sellers, so... And they couldn't reveal every character from Super, like do an arc trailer like they did with, or a series trailer like they did with the other stuff. Mainly because, like, they wouldn't want to give everything away immediately. I completely forgot that this is the introduction to Cabba and Frost, by the way. Got introduction Topo as well. But yeah, I didn't realize that Cabba had not been revealed yet. I just kind of brushed over that and thought, oh yeah, he's surely going to be in the game because Kale and Caulifla were already revealed, so, as well. And Super Saiyan 2 as well, because soon he goes Super Saiyan 2 like, for like 5 seconds in the show. I'm very glad they gave him Super Saiyan 2. So, of course, now, it does suck knowing that about, so yeah, we've got Gohan, Goku Teen as well, which they deliberately notice that they don't show a close-up to that Piccolo model for obvious reason. But yeah, I think even knowing that this trailer, like, there are the movie characters, they still kind of hit hard when, like, this little drop happened. Also, the fact that this is kid, because everyone saw this little midsection here, and thought, oh yes, Super Gogeta. I do think it's kind of funny that it's actually just like, because I also thought Kid Goku would go like here, or here or something like that. But no, turns out that Kid Goku goes in between both the Gogetas, which I find is quite funny in terms of placement. But I do like this little zoom in. And then it proceeds to go into the movie trailers. So of course we get Broly here, and the also, I think, first look at the nighttime version of the Wasteland stage, which does look absolutely gorgeous. I'm a sucker for those night modes in maps. And then, yeah, I mean, they showed off Second Coming, but it's literally just to show off the fact that Broly has an ultimate from this game, and that Gohan has Gohan has an ultimate from this game. They're showing off the Brolys, and then going even further beyond it, you can say, to show all of the movie characters. So we have Cooler here, Final Form Cooler, who the Supernova always still looks sick. I know it's on Freezer as well, but Metal Cooler, of course. Android 13, Super Android 13, you know, the list goes on. Garlic Jr. with the Dead Zone. Fucking Dr. Wheeler. This still baffles me that they kept this guy from BT3. Decided to put him in. Blood Slug, who goes Giant. Which I never checked. I meant to check that out when I was playing BT3, actually. If you went Giant or not. Turles with his Skibidi Blast. Bojack as well. Not showing. I just realized they never showed. I'm hoping it's an outfit, but they didn't show Team Gohan with that outfit on the Goku gi, the orange turtle gi. They didn't show Gohan in this trailer. They showed him being up Vegeta, which I hope that's an outfit. Hirudegarn, of course, and you cannot have Wrath of the Dragons without Tapion as well. So I do think it's really cool that we probably our second other character to be able to actually damage big guys, and then of course ending it off with Janemba, Super Janemba, and of course Super Gogeta. Hoping you can fuse into him mid-game, and he's not just like a separate character, considering he's, you know, as we'll get into a bit as well, hoping that he's not like just a standalone character, because I know he's like technically separate in this game because of movies, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then we have the actual full roster here as they extend it to make it look asymmetrical, I guess, which is probably partly why they decided to keep away some of the characters to begin with. I am still, by the way, even after the leak, I said this in the leak video, but I am still glad that they decided to keep the roster deliberately like shorter than what it actually was, like keeping that information from the public. And then of course, to top it off at the very end, we also have, as we already know from the leaks, Daima Goku, which has its own issues. If you do want to find them out, go check out the leak video that I posted a couple days ago. But to summarize it, it's literally just because Goku goes Super Saiyan. I'm hoping that it does give me a bit of hope. No, post V Jump, the DLC does give me a bit of hope for the transformation stuff. But this goes into the whole Gogeta debacle, which we'll get into shortly. But yeah, I am kind of hoping that we do get Super Saiyan Daima, Goku Mini, parentheses, at some point in the Daima DLC. Because, I mean, it says there's 20 characters for both the DLC 1, 2, and 3. And there aren't enough characters in Super Hero to justify 20, even with transformations, so here's hoping that Daima has more to give. I think we know there's going to be at least the new 3 characters that revealed, plus the villain, plus potentially Piccolo and Vegeta Mini as well, so we'll just have to wait and see, of course. So yeah, that wraps it up. The final trailer is pretty good, and then we have, of course, the early access, which I'm still ambiguous to whether the physical edition gives you the early access or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But moving over to V-Jump. Okay, we have translations courtesy of Shonen Games on Twitter. So we're just going to dive right in. We have, I think, 7 scans to go through, so we'll just try and get through these. Available October 10th. I haven't looked at these, by the way. I've only glanced at this page, and then I haven't seen anything else. So we have, it looks like if you get, there's like a code you can grab. I think if you get it from V-Jump, that gives you early access to Bardock and Future Gohan early. Weird combination to do, but I guess so. And then it looks like, if these translations are correct, that Bardock is going to start off as Super Bardock, and then he's going to have a costume. But I think Super Bardock, I mean minus Bardock, Dragon Ball Minus. It looks like the Z outfit Bardock can be purchased at some point. And then we have a ability you can equip, like an Evolution Z ability, I guess, like you can equip onto a character that gives you, it just says under certain conditions you'll in a damage buff. Maybe it's probably like a Zenkai thing of, if you go 4 below a certain amount of HP, you'll probably gain an extra buff into damage. Or when you go into sparking, maybe if you go into sparking mode, it looks like actually, because it has super sparking. So moving on, we have just the standard pre-order stuff, and then we have the early access to Fusion World. Oh yeah, we get the card game, the diorama for the special stuff, and then exclusive to V-Jump, which is kind of stupid, but I get it. I don't think this is ever gonna come to the Western version or European version. So through V-Jump, if you subscribe to V-Jump, you will get a exclusive V-shaped aura that when you charge up, you will charge up in the V-shape for, because of course this is V-Jump. This does open up to how we thought auras were going to be, because we did know from on the website long ago. I think I did a video covering it, that we knew about like customizable auras. Now, what I originally thought when this happened, when we knew this is gonna be like, oh, different colored auras. but we don't know that for certain. But 100% now we do know that you can change the pattern of the aura when you're charging, like how the energy releases. Because usually it's just like a cone around the character. Like if you know how charging works in Dragon Ball, you know what I'm on about, like the weird like cone that kind of spikes up towards the end. But it looks like you can change the formation of the expended ki while you're charging, which I think is pretty cool. I wonder if it's just, maybe it's just this V design. I doubt it is though, considering there's gonna be multiple stuff to equip. So moving on to the next one, we have going over, I think, the shop and Dragon Ball, I think. So Super Warriors, use the items to make your very own Super Warrior. This is more like the Evolution Z type of stuff. In the shop, you'll find items to increase the abilities of fighters, as well as costumes that change their appearance. You can use these to customize your very own Super Warrior. Then we have, looks like just Goku there with a different costume on. It looks like you can have him in his like Tongi from the fight with Piccolo and Raditz at the beginning of the saga. From the looks of it here, I can't really zoom in any more than this. There's a little icon here that shows like a tattered shirt, so it looks like you can begin fights in a, you can equip like their damaged forms and like super damaged forms before you go into a fight, which I think is pretty cool. You can see, we can see, oh yeah, we can see at the top here, it looks like you can select like the five different states of like costumes it looks like base Goku has here. And maybe there's something that you can even equip even further to like rip his shirt off while he's in this like form here. I think it's pretty cool. And then we have 5 different icons here, which I think is the general stuff you can equip at the top, like this super sparking thing I was on about earlier. Costumes, I think Ki was one of them. I think voice lines and taunts is one of them. We can't really see the rest. And then this talks about the Dragon Balls, Namekian Dragon Balls and Super Dragon Balls, which are kind of absent here. I wonder why. Like, they maybe have special conditions to get them. But it says finishing missions and versus battles offer you a chance to earn Dragon Balls as a reward. Once you collect all 7, you'll be able to meet Shenron. And then wishes depend on which dragon you meet. So I'm assuming the better the dragon, the better the wishes. And we don't have translations for these yet, but I think you can get certain characters. I think Zenny, I think we know from a tweet a while ago. Like I said, I think I covered this in a previous video, which I'll probably leave a link to as one of the cards at the end, so you can go and check that out. Okay, now we have a really big one going over the GT stuff. I'll skim over this, I guess, because there isn't much to show. It just goes over the last trailer, because this is technically before the trailer just came out today. So it's just more going over the last trailer that came out, which is just the GT one. So we have all the standard stuff, the Ultra Big Bang Kamehameha, which I'm kind of glad it's using the Legends moniker. I do like the times 100, but I guess now it's just going to be called Ultra. And I think Dokkan did it first, I think before Ultra, I think, for the Kamehameha. So going over, okay, I think this is new stuff, I think, or just going over more of the like game modes. So we have experience Dragon Ball action at high speed. You can easily recreate Dragon Ball style battles with simple controls, quickly closing your opponent, punching and blasting, or practice up in the super training mode. So we got to see this in some Twitter videos a while ago. I don't think I covered this, I don't remember. Where it's like the training mode in this game is Gohan training. So Piccolo training Gohan and Goten. I think he's preparing for the Tournament of Power, or just like in his own time. It's like a tutorial mode, but it may be the most important mode. So it just lets you like gain accustomed to controls, which I think is really good. And then talks about the new modes like Revenge Counter, which is like the vanish and then countering up behind someone. Similar to, I think, how BT1, as I've just experienced in Countdown Sparking Zero, I think may have done, like where if you, depending on what you do, it depends either if you just vanish or vanish and counter them. And then we have Super Perception in order to reflect Ki blasts and attacks, and then we have the ability to free fly, and then also talking about the Sparking series, how this is a continuation of the Sparking series. So we have Sparking 1, Sparking Neo, and then Sparking Meteor. So I've always thought it's a fire name. And then lastly, we have here, I think, a lot more, probably the most interesting page, I think, out of the lot. We have going into more of the details, and then we actually get to see, for the first time, the shop section, and as well a lot more, like, UI details. I mean, not actual UI details, but you get what I mean. Okay, so create your own battles in the custom battle mode, characters, stages, BGM, reversal scenes, and more. Which I think reversal scenes is things that will play mid-battle, I think, if you do certain conditions. Make your very own battle in edit mode. You can share your creations with the world library, so players all around the world can enjoy them. So basically, infinite content forever for this game. I imagine like custom raids are going to be probably really prevalent in this, so I can't wait to dissect what the world has to offer and then probably make some myself as well. I think I might do a video at some point going over like just trying to like make my own one to like show what the process is like. And then we have at the bottom here, easy edit allows you to create scenes by selecting categories. Normal edit allows you to call every detail. So if you're not like that big into like custom creating stuff, but you want to still make stuff, like you're not like really, you don't want to go into the itty gritty details. There's like a lot of just pre-made scenes that you can just splice together, and then just all to be changing is some of the nouns and characters, and that'll be it, which I think is really cool for like the people want to do nitty gritty, and then people want to do just like standard stuff that want to create stuff in public, allowing like, especially if like a younger audience, I guess, that, you know, doesn't want to like bore themselves out by selecting 90 different camera positions for a certain scene, so they can just quickly just get in, make something they want to do, and then just share it with their friends or online. Unlock characters in extra battle and shops. This is going to be doing I think a majority of character unlocks, apart from I guess just in the story as well. Multiple fighters can be unlocked outside of episode battles. So yeah, that also confirms that not everyone's going to be available in the actual story mode. That's what's extra. Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. That's what extra battle and the shop are for. So we have extra battle here, which is a lot of the custom stuff. So we have, it looks like Piccolo talking to future Trunks. So it looks like maybe what happens if Piccolo's in the future Trunks arc. You have something with Roshi there, and Nappa on Namek, it looks like here. Turles, which appears to be, it looks like the World Tournament map, I don't know. And then some tournament power stuff, some Cybermen. Oh, Kid Goku versus Young Goku here, it looks like. And then we have the shop in the bottom left, which is kind of confusing because they have UI Goku in here. Which maybe it's UI Goku with the top. Maybe these are costumes as well as characters. Because we have UI Goku, GT Goku, Teen Goku from Dragon Ball, Majin Vegeta, Z Gogeta, which kind of makes me believe that, are they like gonna lock that fusion off if you just don't own the character? I'm gonna guess yes, they just will just outright just not let you fuse if you don't buy him. But this could also just be costumes. Like, it's really, the choices here are really weird because like GT Goku and Teen Goku, I get, like, I can see them being in a shop. Same with, to a degree, Z Gogeta, but UI Goku, Videl, and Majin Vegeta. I can't tell if that's Majin Vegeta or not. It's either Majin Vegeta or Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Either way, neither of them should be in at the shop of all things. I think it's really weird. So maybe these are just costumes. Like maybe this is, I don't even know what it would be for Majin Vegeta, but maybe this is like the Halo version. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think it's baffling. Maybe this is just a like test image. Maybe these will never be in the final thing. But we can also see at the top here we have, it looks like BGM and then some accessories, and then no idea what that middle one is. Maybe one of these might be stages as well. I'm not entirely too sure. As we move over to the second page here, as we go in more depth for the episode battle section. So, experience the legend in episode battle. You'll start with Goku, following the character history of 8 Super Warriors through the story mode. You should aim to clear this mode first. It's already immediately advising if you want to unlock the bulk of the characters to go on and play the episode battle, the story mode essentially of this game. It says you'll start with Goku, so maybe it might do, and this is weird, this immediately comes to mind. Sonic 06 only let you start playing the stories of characters after you fought them, or was like with them in, for like Sonic and Shadow's case. So I'm thinking maybe like you'll only have access to Goku's story, Then once you fight alongside Piccolo, maybe you unlock Piccolo's story. And then once you beat like the Namek Saga, you'll get access to Frieza's story. Once you get to Trunks in the Android Saga, you unlock him. And then once you get to the very end, once you like maybe beat the story mode and like fight Jiren the first time, you'll unlock Jiren as a story character. So we have a little screenshot here. It says, we'll read the thing. As you progress through the board-like map, you'll experience a story based on where the Super Warrior lands. So it looks like we have a little branching path here showing the Beerus Saga. It looks like it's Chapter 7. Goku, this is Goku, and then we have Battle with Majin Buu, which Goku is present for. He's just not, like, he's deliberately keeping himself away from the fight. He's just like, Goku does not fight Majin Buu at all. It's left to, I mean, it says the battle with Majin Buu to begin with. It's supposed to be like, because Beerus fights him, because Beerus versus Majin Buu, which kicks it off. Then it's Gotenks, Vegeta, and Piccolo, I guess, depending on what version of the thing you're looking at. But it looks like there's a branching path here with Goku talking to Beerus and Whis. So I'm curious on what this is going to be. This looks like the what if. Battle with Majin Buu seems like the what if section because Goku does not fight Majin Buu. And this is his thing. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be playing as Majin Buu versus Beerus, I imagine. Maybe you are. I don't know. Or maybe it's going to be the fighters I just mentioned, but Goku's also going to be there. Don't entirely know. But I do know this is a what if like story section. So I'm curious to see what happens. It looks like this is following them, judging off the location as well. It looks like this is going to be following the movie version of like the Z movies instead of Super itself. So I mean, I guess there is no boat map. We don't really know, or like over the ocean map. So it looks like, yeah, this is going to be more just following the movie version of both this and Resurrection F, I imagine as well. So getting more looks into the what if here, changing to point of view during certain events, which is really, we know 2 at the moment, I think, which is Goku dying to the special beam cannon and Goku's sacrifice at the end of the Cell Saga. In an interview earlier, we also knew that the director said the outcomes of what ifs can also be determined from like what you do in game. Looks like we kind of back that up here, where he says you unlock a if route if you overcome Frieza during second form. Yesterday when I was watching the interview, I did think about this of like Piccolo versus second and third form Frieza, something like that, and that is a unwinnable fight in the show. Like Piccolo does not win that fight. He goes toe to toe with second form Frieza, but the moment third form Frieza comes out, it's Piccolo is put to the sidelines immediately again, as you say, on the brink of death. So it looks like we're gonna get a what if Piccolo just clocks Frieza, I guess, and then I don't even know what like is gonna happen. Like where do you go from, oh, Piccolo just beating Frieza? Like there's no final form. I don't know. It's a really strange one. And then we're just talking about the Trunks stuff. It's pretty long, so I'm going to speed wrap this up. New outcomes appear in a what if route. For example, if Krillin joins into the fight against Raditz against Piccolo, enjoy the new outcomes of the route. They will appear if you clear conditions without lowering the difficulty. Oh, this is interesting. You can enjoy new outcomes in this route. These will appear if you clear the condition without lowering the difficulty. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be difficulty locked as well. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe this is a mistranslation, but it looks like, yeah, you maybe only can access certain stuff if you've done like prerequisites on certain difficulties, which I think is quite interesting. I don't want it to. I hope that isn't true for a lot of stuff. I don't know. It's going to be quite strange if certain things are gated to certain people if they just aren't good enough at the game. I don't know. A bit of an interesting one. And we have here at the bottom, special battles to unlock characters. Certain stages will unlock characters as a reward, then you can use them in battle. So it looks like you can earn certain stuff. It looks like something on Namek unlocks for some reason Yajirobe. And then you can look like edit parts, go through Legendary Super Saiyan images. This might be the, I have no idea what fight this could be. Maybe like the talks of the Legendary Super Saiyan and you just get Yajirobe for this. Get Yajirobe from this for some reason. So yeah, the one thing I want to go over as well is the fact that like we're not gonna get it looks like we're not gonna get a movie saga at some point. Maybe the extra battles will cover the movies. which if that's the case, then that's pretty cool. I guess that's like a nice supplement, I guess. And this is like a combination of BT3's What If Saga and Movie Saga. So I'm hoping we can get through that. But that is everything from this video. Of course, we are about less than 3 weeks, almost 2 weeks away from Sparking Zero's release date. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a like, give me a comment below, tell me what you're most excited for in this game, and out of the new characters revealed, what do you enjoy the most? I've been speaking for far too long now, so I'm just going to end it here. Check out Countdown to Sparking Zero. We're on, I think part 13 drops tomorrow for a game I'm very excited about, so I will see you guys for that then.